Hannah Freeman has never faced a real consequence in her life. Not once. Because her father is the chief of police, and in her world, that title is a get-out-of-jail-free card she has used over and over again. She even told Judge David Matia in court, "You will not see me back here again."
And you will not see me back here again.
So when her relationship ends and her ex-boyfriend tries to move on, Hannah doesn't accept it. For 19 days straight, she shows up wherever he is. 33 times, his workplace, his neighborhood, his daily routine, completely hijacked. And when he tries to pull away, she doesn't just ignore it. She threatens to have him arrested using her father's position, his own freedom, weaponized against him. Then she steals his belongings, harasses him at work, makes sure he never feels safe. So he had no choice but to report her to the police.
Hello?
My ex-girlfriend continues to stalk me and park her car next to wherever I am and follow me home every night.
How long has this been happening?
Probably a month now.
Have you ever contacted police about it?
No.
Okay, where
But
are you at?
So, as I just called you, she got back in her car and stormed.
And when she finally walks into that Ohio courtroom, she walks in smiling, unbothered, or certain that her last name will do what it has always done. Confident, rehearsed. Like the outcome is already settled. What happens next strips every layer of that confidence away, in front of everyone. And for the first time in her life, there is no father, no title, no name left to hide behind. If you believe privilege should never be a shield from justice, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Cases like this are exactly what this channel covers every week, and you do not want to miss what comes next. Hannah Freeman grew up knowing exactly how much her last name was worth. She was 27 years old, fourth-grade teacher at a school in North Ridgeville, Ohio, master's degree. The kind of career that made people trust her with their kids without a second thought. But behind that respectable image was someone who had spent her entire adult life testing boundaries, then watching them disappear. Because when your father is the chief of police for your city, boundaries tend to be flexible. Back in 2022, officers responded to her address over noise complaints. Twice in the same night. When they showed up at her door, she didn't apologize. She didn't cooperate. She told them exactly who her father was and waited for them to back down. They did. No citation, no arrest, just a warning and a retreat. That moment told Hannah everything she needed to know about how the world worked for her. The rules were for other people. She just had to remind everyone of that when necessary. So when she started dating David, a middle school teacher in Westlake, Ohio, she carried that same belief into the relationship. That she was untouchable, that things would always go her way. When David decided the relationship was over in the spring of 2024, Hannah didn't get the message. Or maybe she got it and simply chose to ignore it. Most people, when a relationship ends, eventually stop showing up. Hannah did the opposite. Starting in October 2024, she began appearing at David's workplace, a middle school where he coached basketball and taught classes and tried to build a normal life after the breakup. She parked in the school lot and sat there, not sneaking around, not trying to stay hidden. She wanted him to know she was there. Security cameras at the school captured her license plate over and over again. 33 visits spread across 19 days. On some days she came more than once. The data built a picture that was impossible to explain away as coincidence. This was a schedule, a deliberate, calculated routine. David started noticing her everywhere, not just at work, at the grocery store, near the gym, outside his parents' house. Every place he went, she seemed to already be there, or she arrived shortly after. He started paying attention to cars in parking lots the way most people never have to. Checking mirrors, mapping exits. The anxiety became constant background noise in his life. One evening during a basketball game, he looked up from the court and found her sitting in the bleachers, watching him. He hadn't told her about the game. He hadn't told her anything, but she was there. He tried blocking her. She found new channels. He tried asking her to stop. She kept going. And he tried reasoning with her. Nothing landed. Week after week, the same pattern, the same red SUV, the same feeling of never being alone even when he was by himself. By early November, David understood something clearly. This was not going to stop on its own. November 6, 2024. David came back to his car after work and found it had been gone through. 2 laptops, 2 bags packed with teaching materials, his wallet, his house and car keys, prescription medication he needed every day. Gone. Within hours, his phone started lighting up with transaction alerts. Someone was using his credit cards, online purchases, one after another. He knew exactly who. The next day, he was back at school for basketball practice. He stepped outside to get something from his car. The door was barely open for a moment before Hannah appeared out of nowhere, across the parking lot at a run, and dropped herself into the driver's seat. She refused to leave, demanded they talk, acted as though nothing between them had changed. David called 911. When he spoke to the dispatcher, his voice carried the weight of someone who had been enduring this for far too long. He explained the stalking, the theft, the credit card charges, the months of her appearing everywhere he went. The dispatcher asked how long it had been going on. He said about a month. It had been longer. When officers arrived and found Hannah in the parking lot, she was completely composed. She told them David had invited her, that they'd been spending time together, that everything between them was fine.
Did you invite her here?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Yeah, she,
Are you sure you didn't invite her here?
yes, I never invited
Okay.
her to anything.
Because she said that you invited her here.
Yeah, I know, she probably would have. She actually, yesterday followed me to my apartment, stole stuff out of my car.
Yeah.
Medications that I need, my car keys, which I was finally able to get back from her, a laptop, and my wallet. And she has run up a bunch of charges on one of my credit cards now.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, and then she, because I did date her back in April, we probably ended it. She kind of knew passwords to like my accounts and stuff. She's been messing with my accounts.
Where did she rack up the charges at?
It was all from Amazon.
They searched her vehicle. Everything that had been taken from David's car was sitting right there. She hadn't even tried to conceal it. 24 hours of driving around with stolen property, and she didn't bother hiding any of it. She was arrested on the spot. As they put her in the patrol car, she kept asking them to call her father. Over and over, the police chief, the man who had made problems vanish her whole life. The officers told her she could use the phone at the jail. For the first time, the name wasn't going to be enough.
71 Henry Tomboy 8213 and Henry Mary George 8279.
Hannah sitting in her red SUV, watching and waiting.
71, I come back to a Buick, Hannah Freeman, 27 out of Ridgeville, Valid, so on.
Now stay in the car.
I'm trying to find my keys to roll down the window.
Okay, what are you doing up here?
26 Mile.
I'm coming to my boyfriend's game.
Okay. Get your ID on you?
Yeah, let me find my keys.
Any weapons in the car?
That's 11 to 71. I believe we have complaints in the window. He's acting against that one.
Alright, let me know.
I don't know where my keys are.
Okay. Who's your boyfriend?
Ryan.
Alright, don't reach around anymore. What's your name?
Hannah Freeman.
Hannah Freeman. Are you supposed to be up here? You are? Were you in his vehicle earlier? No?
Well, we went to get dinner together, but
Where'd you guys go get dinner at?
Kings.
King's?
Kings, yeah.
Raising Cane's? Which one?
Homestead.
North Homestead? Okay. Well, we got a complaint from him that you were in his vehicle tonight and you're harassing him and stalking him.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Did you take some items from him last night? No? Okay. Alright, where is he at right now?
He's coaching. His game starts at 4:45.
What game is he coaching?
7th grade girls basketball.
7th grade? And the game doesn't start at 4:45 for 7th grade.
Well, 5:45. The 8th grade starts at 4:45.
Correct. Okay. Alright. Why are you sitting in your car not in the game then?
Well, it's only 4:30, so I was going to wait till it started.
Okay, were you working or something like that? Where do you work at?
I'm a teacher at North Ridgeville.
At North Ridgeville? Okay. Will you see if they get those complaints here?
Yeah, they want to sign.
No, just call station, see if they got them.
Well, like, I have text messages that of him, like, inviting me, so I don't...
Can I see them?
Like, even last night, like, I slept over his place, so...
And what's his name again?
We're engaged. Like,
He was not yet signed up, but the complainant today is the gentleman that's going to be signing up. His license is for industrial.
Okay. Can you put your phone down and step out to my partner, please? Just leave your phone in the car. Leave your phone in the car. Step out.
You don't got anything on hands, gonna stick folks or anything like that? Put your hands together like you're praying.
Where are your keys to the car? Do they have a phone in purse?
Ma'am, what's your name? Alright, Miss Freeman. Just so you know, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court. You have the right to consult an attorney and have an attorney present during any questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be provided you before questioning at no cost. Do you understand these rights? Once we get back, I don't have any questions for you. Step back over here to my car. Just step over here to my car.
Miss, where's your, ID?
I don't know, I can't find it.
Ma'am, stop. Right here. See this flashing red light?
Yeah.
That's the camera that's recording. Do you have anything on you that's sharp?
No, I don't. Can I please call my dad?
Yep. Give us a second. You're coming back to our jail. Once we get back to our jail,
Can I please call my dad?
No.
He's the chief at Ridgeville, and I
Yes,
just...
we know who he is.
I don't want to make this a big deal.
Well, if you weren't up here, wouldn't be a big
He
deal.
invited me over here.
my hand, back my hand. All right, step back over here, back to my car, please.
He invited me over here.
All right, you have little wrists. Do me a favor. Do not slip all of these steps, okay?
Please call my dad.
Once we get back to our jail. Can you go to the other side?
Can you call him?
No, we won't be calling him. You can when you get back to the jail.
Can you go to the other side and hand me the seatbelt?
Can you call him?
No, we won't be calling him. You can when you get back to the jail.
You don't know where the keys for your car are? How'd you get here?
It's like a remote start. Sometimes.
But they're somewhere in there?
Yeah.
In your purse or something like that?
I don't know.
You said it's just like a remote start. They should be in there somewhere. Anything else you need out of the car?
If he's looking for the keys, my phone also starts the car, so I don't always need the keys. He also has some of my stuff, so at what point do I get that back? Like my credit cards and stuff.
The grand jury came back with 5 felony charges: stalking, burglary, multiple counts of theft, identity fraud, drug theft, real charges, the kind that carry real prison time. Her attorney got to work. Negotiations happened behind closed doors. And somehow, by the time the case was ready for sentencing, those 5 felonies had been reduced to 3 misdemeanors: disorderly conduct, obstruction, possession of criminal tools. the kind of deal that raises eyebrows. Hannah avoided a permanent felony record. She avoided the charges that would have followed her for the rest of her life. She walked into sentencing day in the summer of 2025, looking calm and prepared. Dressed carefully, statement rehearsed. Attorney by her side. When she addressed Judge David Matia, her voice was steady and controlled. She expressed regret. She said she had acted out of emotion. She said it wouldn't happen again. Then she looked at the judge and told him he would never see her back in his courtroom.
And you will not see me back here again.
She expected to walk out. Judge Matia began reading 18 months of probation. Hannah stayed composed, expected. GPS monitoring for the first 90 days, house arrest with work release. She held it together, manageable, mandatory mental health counseling, and then 7 days in the county jail, beginning immediately. The sentence landed and Hannah's composure cracked completely. The calculation behind her eyes disappeared. She turned to her attorney, barely holding herself together, her voice falling apart. Her attorney stood up and told the judge he was moving to withdraw the guilty plea. The courtroom went quiet. Judge Matia asked if he wanted to do that now, after sentencing had already been delivered. The attorney argued that they'd had an understanding with the prosecution, an agreed recommendation they expected the court to follow. The judge asked him a straightforward question. Had he, at any point in the 6 months since the case was indicted, made any effort to sit down and discuss sentencing directly with the judge? The attorney pointed to a request back in the spring about removing GPS monitoring. That wasn't about sentencing, the judge replied. The attorney had no answer. Judge Matia looked at him and said that poor preparation wasn't the court's responsibility. Then he ended the conversation. Deputies moved toward Hannah. She was still crying, shaking, pulling back. They weren't waiting. They cuffed her and walked her out through the door to the holding area. The sound of her in the hallway carried back into the courtroom long after she was gone. She served her 7 days. When she got out, her life had already been taken apart. Her teaching contract wasn't renewed. Her license was gone. The career she had built, and the classrooms, the students, the professional identity she had hidden behind, all of it finished. No school would hire her, no district would take the risk. She was released on probation with an ankle monitor. Every step tracked, every location logged. The woman who had spent months following someone else was now the one being followed. Her father's name, which had smoothed over every problem in her life up to that point, was now attached to a story that millions of people were watching online. The courtroom footage spread everywhere. The police chief's daughter sobbing as she was walked out of a sentencing hearing for stalking and theft. The name didn't protect her this time. David, for the first time in nearly a year, had his life back. He could walk to his car without looking over his shoulder. He could coach a game without scanning the bleachers. He could go to the grocery store without wondering who else was already there. The relief was something he hadn't felt in a long time. What Hannah Freeman's case makes clear is simple. Stalking is not passion. It is not devotion. It is control. It is the decision to treat another person as something you own, rather than someone with the right to walk away from you. And it doesn't matter how educated you are, what your job title is, or who your family is. When the evidence is overwhelming and the judge in front of you refuses to look the other way, none of that saves you. Plea agreements are not verdicts. Attorneys who don't do their homework cannot undo that at the last second. And courts are not obligated to protect people from the consequences of their own actions. David waited a long time before calling for help. That hesitation is something many male victims of stalking share. The fear of not being believed, the embarrassment of reporting a situation people assume men should just handle, the worry that coming forward will make things worse. He came forward anyway. And it mattered. Hannah Freeman walked into that courtroom carrying a lifetime of protection she had never earned. She walked out with none of it left.